Today, I'm going to show you the 5 key elements if you want to create a high converting landing page. Whether you want to get more high quality leads and sales, I'm going to show you my exact proven template and walk you through step by step how you can start to use this to create high converting landing pages in your business today. Hey team, if you're new to my channel, my name's Conlin-Hurd. I'm the founder of the post-click agency Persuasion Experience. And in my career, I've launched over 450 different landing pages and funnels across 120 different niches. And on this channel, I talk about how to skyrocket your conversions, make more money from your traffic, and get more high quality leads and sales. If that sounds like you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep watching today's video. But before we get into that, what is a landing page or a sales page or an offer page? They can have different names, but effectively it's where you send your traffic. It's where the traffic lands. And your landing page is your digital salesperson. So imagine this, we have Brett and we have Amanda. Brett is some random guy in your company. He's been there for a couple of weeks. Would you be sending high quality prospects to him, or would you send them to Amanda, somebody who is trained to talk to your high quality prospects, somebody who understands their pain points, their hopes, their dreams, their desires, and understands the value of your company and the offer and the value proposition that you have? Who would you trust with your money? Because that's what happens when somebody sends traffic to just a random website or a random landing page. You're leaving your revenue up to chance. And so by purposefully constructing this landing page with me today, you are going to be making sure that every single person that comes there goes through the right experience to become a high quality lead or sale. Because your landing page, it needs to motivate and persuade somebody to take action. It needs to qualify people for your sales team or make sure that the right people are buying your products. And it's not just something that you slap together to tick a box in your marketing. If you have a crappy funnel or a crappy sales page, you're literally murdering your money and leaving so much revenue up to chance. And that's not what we want to do as business owners or marketers. And another thing to remember with your landing page, it should feel like a one-to-one conversation. So it should feel like whoever is the voice of your company, whether it's Amanda or yourself or someone else, it should feel like a one-to-one conversation. It shouldn't feel like a blast or an overwhelm of information. It should be encouraging them to keep reading and getting micro yeses along the way. So in summary, your landing page is your digital salesperson. And who do you want to trust to get the right result? You want to trust somebody who is going to be highly effective. So let's get into it. All right, let's get started with number 1, your golden hippo offer. And this is the most important thing you will have on your page, because an offer is what's going to motivate them to take action. It's what they get by signing up to what you do or by taking the action you want them to take on the page. Now, I think a lot of people get this confused with a call to action, and I'm going to be chatting to you about how to create an effective call to action later in the video. But the offer is what they get. It's that dream outcome that they're looking for, because at the end of the day, the people on this page, they're suffering. They're in a crappy before state. They're in a crappy point A, and you are a vehicle to get them to after point B. So you need to show them how you're a vehicle to get them to that dream outcome. And this is where the golden hippo offer comes in. So we want to tap into their core desire. Remember, everybody is scanning your marketing with this in their mind. What's in it for me? So what? Why should I care? And without an offer, you just have a generic content page. You don't really have a sales page or a landing page because it's not motivating them to take action. It's not showing what's in it for me. So how do you create this golden hippo offer? Well, I go over that in other videos, or you can sign up to our masterclass in the description. However, the quickest way to figure it out is to understand the target market's dream outcome. So what are you actually selling? What do you really sell? So think about that, because none of us sell a product or a service. We all sell entry into a desired after state. And once you understand what that is for your target market, you can craft offers that they actually want, that will actually motivate them to take action. So think about this. In the buyer's journey, when they land on your page, what problem are they trying to solve? Show them that you can solve it. That is your offer, and then make it minimal risk and minimal effort for them to take up the offer. So you're removing the friction of doing business with you or taking the next step with your business. And once you know that, you can start to create your page. So now we're going to jump into the template. And the first place to start is above the fold. So you can see here in our template, and this is our winning template after creating about 450 landing pages now and testing out what's going to work and watching session recordings and testing offers and all of that good stuff. This is the template that is working for us. So above the fold, we make sure that we have our unique value proposition. Now, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you need to create a value prop, you need to create a value prop. It's pretty hard and not quick to tell you about that. I have a different positioning video, which we can link you to. But at the end of the day, if you can squish it down into one sentence, it's what we do and how it benefits you. So that's what you want to do. What you can also have is something called eyebrow, because you want the reader, you want the prospect to know they're on the right page. You can use this eyebrow to call out the avatar and be congruent with what just got the click. So think about what was promised for them to click to land here. Think about that journey for them. Now make sure that it's congruent with what was promised. And then what we'll do is we expand on how we get them to that goal. We expand on the offer. Now it does depend on the temperature of traffic and how they're coming here and how much education they need. I'm going to assume that you're mainly going after a lot of in-market traffic, i.e. they're looking for you, they're looking to buy from someone and they know the problem they're trying to solve, which means in the subhead, we want to be expanding and giving a bit of a summary of what the offer is and what they get from us. Then we have one clear call to action, which I'm going to talk about soon. And we have a little bit of text to eliminate the friction, some proof. You can have it here, you can have it here. These might be little testimonials. These might be Trustpilot stars, whatever it is, something to start layering in proof. And then having an image or a video that complements, not supplements the copy. It needs to complement it. And all of the imagery on your page, it really needs to complement and not distract. So many people just slap imagery onto a page just to fill space. But every pixel on your page is very, very important real estate. So number one is your Golden Hippo offer. Number two is the above the fold. Above the fold, to recap, is your most important real estate. That's before they start to scroll. So if you don't get that right, it doesn't matter what's down the page because people are gonna land there and then they're gonna bounce away anyway. So that's where you actually wanna be spending most of your time. Most of your time should be spent on your headline, on those bullets, on that paragraph, on that call to action, and finessing your above the fold. But once you've done that, you can get to number three, which is your message hierarchy. And what do I mean by message hierarchy? Well, I mean, don't leave your good stuff down the bottom of the page expecting somebody to scroll. Most people are not gonna get through more than 30 or 50% of your page. So if you have really, really good stuff hidden at the bottom of the page, it's going to be a waste of time. Now, going back to this thought process of thinking of our landing page like our digital salesperson, that means we can literally talk to our sales team and ask them, how would they walk somebody through this? And as you start to create this page, the goal is to get somebody to keep reading. So you want to be getting micro yeses along the way. The way to actually resonate with them is to make sure that you're talking to them, not talking at them, not just spewing information that you want them to know. You have to genuinely think about what's the conversation going on in their head, and then what, and then what, and then what. Also remembering you're going to be catering to different readers that come to the page when you're writing your copy. So some people are going to be word for worders. They are gonna read every single word. And often it's the buyers who read everything on your page. There are gonna be the skimmers though, that are just gonna read the subheads and they're gonna skim down the page and see what sticks out for them, and then they're going to get drawn to certain things. Then there's people that just quickly scroll the page and scroll all the way to the bottom. And there's others, but those are the main three categories of people that are going to be coming to your page and using your page. So when we're writing the copy, we don't want to make them work for what they need to know. So let me show you how you can effectively do this with the template. When you're writing copy, you generally want to follow the PAS system, PAS. Problem, agitate, solve. The earlier they are in their buyer's journey, the more of the problem and the agitate you might need to do. I'm going to assume a lot of you are going after Google Ads traffic or somewhat educated traffic. So we're going to have a pretty small problem section with more of a benefit section highlighted on the page. So what you need to know is, what are the 3 big problems that your target market has? What are the 3 biggest problems that are relative to what you do and what you sell, of course, not just general life problems, and put them here and show them how you can fix them. Next, what we do is we start to connect our features and our benefits. So most people just lead with features. We do this and this and this. But remember, when I'm on this page as a prospect, I'm scanning it with, so what? Who cares? What's in it for me? So you need to make sure that you are connecting those features to those benefits in your message hierarchy. The best way to do this is by putting your feature into a benefit, into context of their life. So as a pretty basic example, back in the day when I used to do telco sales and sell phones to people, I would ask them, how do they mainly use their phone? So I can make sure that they are getting matched with the best phone. If they said something like, I like to take pictures of my kids, I mainly use the phone to take pictures of my 3-year-old. Well, then I would be wanting to sell them on the features of a phone. Hey, this is 16 megapixels, which means you can take better photos of your kids playing. It means that when they're moving, it's going to actually not be a blurry image. Now, I can't remember if that's actually an example anymore, because it's been a long time since I sold phones, but that's an example of how you contextualize the benefit connected to the feature of what you sell. And you do that in here. You find out what are the top 4 or 5. Now, it is easy to do that. You ask your customers and you get on the phone with them and you survey them. I have another video, which is a market research training, which walks you through my step-by-step. But that's literally what you do. Here's what we do. Here's how it benefits you in context to your life. And then you expand on it. What it is, why you need it. This is the pain you move away from, or the pleasure you move towards. Easy. And then you just have that. So in summary, for number 3, your message hierarchy and your copy. You want to have your best stuff higher to the top, and you want to follow the system PASS: problem, agitate, solve. You want to show that you resonate with their problems that they're having and you understand them, and that way it positions your product to be the solution to that problem. Now remember, they don't want a solution. Maybe they've tried something before. They want the solution that is finally going to solve that problem for them. And when you show them that you understand those problems, maybe better than they can explain them themselves, and then you start to go into that feature benefits section, showing how what you do actually moves them from crappy point A to desired point B, that dream outcome. It helps to set up the offer. And item number 4, which is your call to action. The call to action is literally the button on the page. It's what do we want them to do? But that's where most people get it wrong. There is what we want them to do and what they want to do. 2 different things. So you need to think about, actually, what are they here for? What do they want? And you want to use language that has positive connotations, not that it's self-serving for you, like read our value statement. Boring, no one wants that. Get a quote, smells like a sales call. You want to think about, when you've created your offer, now to actually get them to take that action, how can you get them to do that? Well, that is where the next friction point starts, because you need them to click the button and commit to taking action. So you've done all this work. You've got the golden Hippo offer. You've got the above the fold right. You've got your message hierarchy right. Cool, now they're reading it all, but what is going to actually get them to take action? It is your call to action. Say that fast a few times. So that's what we want to figure out. This button is a huge friction point for most businesses. And I've seen conversions double, triple, quadruple, improve by 300% when you get this button right. And the easiest way to do that is to think about perceived value versus perceived cost. So what's the perceived value for them that they're going to get out of clicking this? And what's the perceived cost? Because what happens on this page, and think about your own experiences, is if it feels like it's going to be hard work, or it feels like or smells like I'm gonna have to have a sales call, or it doesn't feel like I'm getting what I want because I'm here thinking what's in it for me, so what? Why should I care? Well, then I'm not going to take action. So you want to remove the risk of the ask, and you can do that with that little piece of information in or around the button, which might be some social proof, or it might be literally like, hey, no obligation, no credit card needed. Whatever is that main piece of risk to clicking the button, just eliminate it with a little bit of social proof or text. And the easiest way to review your own call to action is to think, is this on this button, is this a benefit for the business, or is this a benefit for the prospect, the reader who is looking at this button? So think of it that way. Are you asking them to do something for you, or are you asking them to do something for them? And that is number 4, your call to action. And number 5, and this is something that a lot of people get wrong or they just tick a box and they think it's good enough. And that is the shut up and take my money proof. This irrefutable proof that proves and demonstrates that you can do what you say you can do. So we've worked on the Golden Hippo offer. We're giving them this big promise that we're going to get them to their dream outcome. We've worked on the above the fold. We've kept the reader, we've engaged them, and they've started moving down the page. We've focused on our message hierarchy. We're getting micro yeses, and they can see that we understand their problem, and they can start to see that we are solutions to that problem. We are the solution to that problem. Now, what's the next friction point? Cool, so you're telling me that you can do this for me. I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if I believe you. Prove it. And that's where we get into the shut up and take my money proof. And what we want to do is be using proof with intent. You don't just want to slap on a testimonial slider with a big chunk of text that no one's going to read, right? So sometimes you go through and you just put all these testimonials on, and that's good. That's a good first step, but you're just assuming that someone's going to want to read them. So there's other ways to leverage social proof on your page, and I'm going to show you that in the template now. So often it's good to show pretty quickly that you are serious and that you can leverage or clout jack from somebody else. So you might have here trusted by, who we've worked with, little snippets of testimonials, Trustpilot reviews, whatever it is. For example, on this page that I did with Linktree, we've got it quite up the top, Trustpilot, and then we clout jack the people that are using Linktree. So you've got The Rock, you've got Selena Gomez. These are people that other people are going to be familiar with and aspire to be. So that's why we had this quite high up. Now, coming back into the template, we can see here, when we're doing our feature benefit, we want an image that complements and earns the right to be on the page. It earns its right to be on the page. So as an example, this is a page I did with a client called Raffle. They do online raffles, a lot of skepticism, but a very legit company. So we've got here the trusted by big companies. And then we start to use imagery that actually complements the text, but also clout jacks to start building more proof onto the page. Going down the page, you should have testimonials that show the key transformation. Ideally, you're showing the before and the after. You can have comparison tables, but my favorite way to do this is by understanding who are your key sub-avatars or what are their biggest objections. So as an example with Raffle, we've got who is Raffle for? And then these blue ticks, subconsciously we think legit, right? This is legit. But it's also helping them to understand, is this for me? Because that's what they're looking at. So what, who cares? What's in it for me? Is this for me? And we start to clout jack some of the people that are actually using the page. Now, another thing for this client, because there is such high skepticism about the payments that you get and its legitimacy, we want to show real people making real money. So we use the pay stubs of actual amounts that people have earned. So social proof should be used as an objection obliterator. It shouldn't just be slapped onto the page. You should actually understand the friction that you're trying to remove with your social proof. So in summary, with your social proof, use it with intent, remove the friction, and demonstrate that people just like them are getting the result that they want with your solution. And there you have it, team. Those are the 5 core elements to a high converting landing page. To recap, we have your Golden Hippo offer, we have your above the fold, the message hierarchy, the call to action, and the shut up and take my money proof. Those 5 things are going to be the core to a high converting landing page for you. Let me know in the comments, what was your number 1 takeaway? What are you going to go and implement on your landing pages today? Or team, if you have a landing page, pop it into the comments and I will do a free express CRO audit and give you my unfiltered feedback on how you can make it better over the next 7 days. Pop it into the comments. For anybody else who wants to learn more about our PX funnel system, you'll be able to grab that link in the description and see a full training of the exact PX funnel system we've created after doing 450 different funnels across 120 different niches. As always, team, thank you so much for tuning in to today's training. I hope you can go and boost your conversions. Have an awesome day.